Good morning, fellow Toastmasters. My name is Toastmaster Ramesh, and I could see on guest as well. Good morning. I will be the sergeant at arms for today's meeting. I welcome you all to the 116th meeting of Toastmasters Speaker Squad. Before starting the meeting, I would like to mention 3 ground rules which we follow our Toastmaster meeting. As a Toastmaster, we don't talk about sex, religion, and politics. So please refrain from discussing these topics. Please put yourself on mute as well as for electronic gadgets on mute. If you are not speaking, you can put yourself on mute in your laptop or mobile as well. Please turn off your video if you are stepping out of the meeting. As everybody in their life has a mission to achieve their goals, our Toastmasters Club also has a mission. The mission of our Toastmaster Club is to provide mutually supportive and positive learning environment in which every member has the opportunity to develop their communication and leadership skills, which in turn fosters self-confidence and personal growth. With this, I would like to invite the presiding officer, none other than our President, Mr. Richard. Richard loves cold showers and he looks up to Cameron Hames, a boo hunter in the United States. One of his favorite quotes is, "There is no better way to grow as a person than to do something to hate every day." Over to you, Richard.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ramesh. A very, very warm morning to each and every one of you. Past 3 days, it's been such a pleasant weather. It's been very cold. Love the rains that are happening in Bangalore as well. With that, I would like to say Toastmaster International is a non-profit educational organization that teaches public speaking and leadership skills through a worldwide of networks. What I mean by worldwide of networks is it has total of 280,000 plus members, over 14,700 clubs in 144 countries since 1924. Now, Toastmaster also has helped people from diverse backgrounds become more confident speakers and communicators and leaders. With that being said, I would like to call this meeting to order. 4 or 5 years ago, when I was a senior analyst, I lost my cool with one of my colleague and one of my manager. And my mentor came and told me, "Richard, you should be a bottle of water, not a bottle of soda." I'm like, "Okay, what do you mean by that?" He said, "The bottle is you. What's inside you is your emotions and reactions. The outside world will try to attack you, rattle you, shake you from time to time. If you shake the bottle of soda and when you open it, it will explode, right? But if you shake a water bottle, once you open it, it remains the same calm water. So stay calm and collected. When things get tough, don't let the outside world disrupt your inner peace. So be a bottle of water, not a bottle of soda." With that, I see Abhinay as a guest here. So, Abhinay, would you like to introduce yourself? Where do you work? And how did you hear about Toastmasters, Abhinay?
Yeah. Hello. Hello all. Thanks for the session. And this is my first session here. And yeah, myself, Abhinay Vishwakarma. I'm a senior member of technical staff working in Nutanix India Private Technologies in Bangalore. The reason I'm here to improve myself on the communication skills and to be also improving the leadership management thing. I've been a member of Toastmaster last couple of years back, and I would like to continue my journey here. So that's the reason I actually was going through the active groups in the Toastmaster links, and I found this group and I reached out to Jaya, and she actually joined me in the group here. So that's a very little bit about myself.
Thank you, Abhinay. Good morning to you, and we hope to see you in future meetings as well. Do
Thank
we
you.
have any other guests? Ramesh, can you help me if we have any other guests?
Hey, I am new, Himanshu here.
Oh, hello, Himanshu. Good morning. The same questions applies to you as well.
Yeah,
Where do you work? How did you hear about Toastmasters?
sure. So I work at MPL as a product manager. I have worked at Flipkart before MPL, and I knew about Toastmasters since long back. I always had the wish to join the group, but somehow stars didn't align. Now that I think the time has come for me to participate in the discussions. I think one of the trigger points of joining Toastmasters is that I know that in organizations it's important to build an influence, and that happens through communication. Within communication, I think overall the philosophy that I've developed is that it's not about you, and also it's all about you. So it basically means that I will have to up my communication skills as much as possible. There is never a limit to which you can improve upon it, and that's where I'm here to learn from other people as well, how to kind of see what are the gaps and work upon it. Yeah.
Thank you, Himanshu. A very good morning to you as well. I hope the stars align this time. Do you have any other guests? Ramesh, can you help me?
I don't see apart from these two members.
Okay. Thank you, Ramesh. With that, I have a couple of announcements. First announcement is, can we give a huge round of applause to Sheetal? She has been awarded as the Toastmaster of the month for the month of August. Now, I'm sure some of you must be wondering, Richa was the winner, but I got a request from Richa and I echoed with her opinion as well. And unanimously, we decided that Sheetal is the winner, and she has been very consistent in the month of August, and we are very happy for Sheetal as well. So, thank you, Sheetal.
Thank you.
Uh, one more announcement is that we will be giving a form for Moments of Truth. Now, I'm sure some of you must be wondering what is Moments of Truth. We have an evaluation section, but every 6 months we also have an evaluation section for the club. How is the club doing? To identify and address the critical moments that can make or break a club. So these moments can include the first impression of a visitor who has of a club, the way the club is managed, the atmosphere fear of the club. So basically, the Moments of Truth provides the club to develop a plan for continuous improvements. What can the club do better? So, if I have to put it very simply, we will be sharing you a Google form which will have questions which are very basic, no rocket science about the questions. You please provide your feedback and be very genuine. What can the club do better? What the club has been doing really well. So this will be rolled out probably in the coming week, but I'm just giving you all a heads up that this is coming your way, and we want you all to provide your feedback in order for club to grow, and we want you also to grow. Let me move on to our next section, which is our TMOD. So before I introduce our TMOD, Toastmaster of the day, let me say this: time is free, but it's priceless. You can't own it, but you can use it. You can't keep it, but you can spend it. Once you have lost it, you can never get it back. So, with that being said, we'll hear more about time or timer from our Toastmaster of the day. She's originally from Bangalore. She's an avid reader, gardener, and she loves to try new ways to organize her beautiful house. Nivedita is currently an assistant manager at EY, and her favorite quote is, "Action is the mother of all accomplishments." So, can we have a huge round of applause to Toastmaster Nivedita?
Thank you, Toastmaster Richard. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to another exciting Toastmasters meeting. So, as Richard rightly said, I'll be your Toastmaster of the day, and today's theme is timer. Generally, I like to keep myself up to date with the latest trends, technology. I used to use a lot of productivity apps such as Notion, Forest. Like we have a lot of productivity apps, right? But None of these apps helped me. I was not efficient in my work. It rather took more time than it used to. I had no option than to introspect. When I did that, I realized whenever I picked my phone to use any one of these productivity apps, rather than focusing on the app, I used to get distracted with the notifications and I used to just get carried away. And by the time I realized, why did I even pick this, pick this phone for in the first place, I was already down with 20-25 minutes. But as Richard rightly said, once the time is gone, we cannot get it back in my lifetime. So that is when I realized I need more efficient and like complicated tools to bring back my focus. And that is when I started using the timer and the productivity books. How did these tools help me? I'll let you know in a while. But before that, I wanted to understand from my fellow Toastmaster and the guest as well, which is that one app or a tool or a habit that is actually helping you stay focused and use your time wisely. Anyone?
I would
Disabling
say
all the
Forest app.
notifications.
Okay. Thank
For
you.
me, Forest
Anybody?
app has been really helpful. Which eliminates. I've taken the paid version, which eliminates. I cannot click on any other apps. So once I click on Forest app, I just cannot click on WhatsApp, Instagram, anything for that matter. So Forest app has been really helpful. Once I log into work, I click on Forest app, done for the day.
Awesome. Thanks
I
for
think I
sharing
like
that.
Notion. Notion, I like. So one thing which I do is I do sometimes daily stand up with myself, and
Okay.
it just helps me kind of focus on three things that what is the goal, whether I'm making progress towards the goal, and what can I do today to accelerate it even further. So that kind of helps me focus in the beginning of the day.
Nivedita,
That's
just to add
nice.
on to that, I use Trello app, which is kind of a tracker. You will get to know, what's the sort of progress you are making in each of the activities. It will give you different color codes in terms of whether you are in track. So that is kind of a motivation,
Traffic
right?
light. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
I have something different to all the ones that was discussed. Mine is little old method, which is my notebook and pen. I will write down all the to do. Before I go into any entertainment, I will check if all my to dos are checked or not. If something is there unchecked, I will just distract myself from distracting to any entertainment to doing that and checking that box.
Yes, I resonate to what Jaya says. Even I'm a little old school, so I depend on books, pen. So I need that version. All right. Thanks, everyone. Thanks for sharing your experiences. So, okay, on that note, let me explain how a Toastmaster session is conducted. Any Toastmasters meeting is divided into three parts. The first part consists of prepared speeches where members prepare in advance for a 5 to 7 minute speech. Their speeches have a set objectives and an individual evaluator. Along with the prepared speeches, today we have an icebreaker speech and an evaluator too. The second part is the fun-filled table topic session where anyone from the audience can actually come up and give 1 or 2 minute speech on the topic given by the table topic master. And the third part is very important, which is the evaluation section, where our general evaluator for the day will give the report on the entire meeting today. All right. So just like in life, where time is of the essence, our meeting will be all about managing time efficiently and making the most of each and every moment. To give you more information about the effective usage of time, let me invite on the stage our general evaluator for the day. She is someone who is passionate about making a difference in the world. She is inspired by her ex-boss who taught her the importance of hard work and dedication. In her free time, she enjoys reading and writing. Her favorite quote is from the movie The Shawshank Redemption. Get busy living or get busy dying. Can we give a big round of applause to Toastmaster Deepa?
Thank you, Toastmaster Nivedita. Well, a warm Saturday morning to everyone. As a general evaluator, as it goes, generally I'm going to evaluate the entire session from the beginning to the end, share the alternate feedback apart from what our evaluators are shared to our speakers, and also manage the time and the other aspects of the speech. So to do this role, I have an army of team out here, because speech is just not about talking. It's all about how the content is delivered, how the timing is kept, and how the audience's attention is also retained. Okay. So let me now introduce my team. The timer for the day is Krishnadas, Toastmaster Krishnadas, who loves traveling and watching movies, and is roles and its role model is Sachin Tendulkar, and he says everything happens for a reason. So Toastmaster Krishnadas, can you please introduce your role as a timer for the day?
Thank you, Toastmaster Deepa. Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and guests. As a timer, I will time the table topic speakers, formal speeches, and the evaluations. I will also alert each speaker of the time they have left using green, yellow, and red cards, which denote specific times remaining. Table topic speakers should limit their remarks to not more than 2 minutes. At 1 minute, I will raise the green card. At 1 minute 30 seconds, I will raise the yellow card. And at 2 minutes, I will raise the red card. Those giving the speeches should limit their remarks to their specific speech times. The icebreaker speeches should be 4 to 6 minutes in length. At 4 minutes, I'll raise the green card. At 5 minutes, I'll raise the yellow card. At 6 minutes, I'll raise the red card. Most other speeches should be 5 to 7 minutes in length. At 5 minutes, I'll raise the green card. At 6 minutes, I'll raise the yellow card. And at 7 minutes, I'll raise the red card. The individual evaluations should be between 2 to 3 minutes. At 2 minutes, I'll raise the green card. At 2 minutes, 30 seconds, it's the yellow card. And at 3 minutes, I'll raise the red card. Thank you. And over to you, Deepa, Toastmaster Deepa. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Krishnadas. I think that was well laid out instructions. I request the speakers and the evaluators and the participants of the table topics to make note of this time and pin the timer while you're speaking, so you're able to look at the cards as they are displayed. Now, let me call upon Toastmaster Priya, who is taking up the role as our counter for today. She is a voracious reader, and who could be better to count our hours today? Let me call upon Priya on stage to introduce her role.
Thank you, Toastmaster Deepa. As an hour counter, my role is to keep track of all the unnecessary words that we tend to speak out while giving a speech. Words such as yes, but, so, and, all these words are which is unnecessary and repetitive. And I'll present my report at the end of the meeting when called upon by the general evaluator. Over to you, Toastmaster Deepa.
Thank you, Toastmaster Priya. Now comes the most silent feature of our speech, which is the grammar, which brings in the whole sense of what we are talking and how audience relate to what we speak. So to do this role, I call upon Toastmaster Richa. I need not introduce her. Well, she is a fitness freak. She dances. She's been recently been a distinguished Toastmaster for a club, and definitely she brings in a lot of pride for a club. Let me welcome Toastmaster Richa on the stage to introduce her role.
Thank you, Toastmaster Deepa. That's so generous of you to introduce in that manner. However, I'm not that great. I'm just trying to do as best as I can. Coming to the role of grammarian, as you all heard that we have various aspects which we are going to be evaluated on today. One of them is the grammar. Right. Me being the grammar Nazi for the meeting, I will be looking out, or in fact, I've already started noting down the points which have been going good grammar wise, or places where we all need to improve on collectively with respect to vocabulary or grammar, right? The other role that I have is to introduce a word of the day to help us all learn something new in the day. So let me share my screen. Just bear with me. Please let me know if you can see my notepad. Yes, I see Deepa giving thumbs up. Thank you. So the word of the day today is epoch, which means the beginning of a particular period in the history of someone or something. The way we can utilize is something like this. Joining Toastmaster was an epoch in my journey of personal growth. There's another usage, if in general we want to call it, the birth of Christ was the beginning of a major epoch of world history. The phrase of the day today is beat the clock, which means to perform a task quickly or within a fixed time limit. And something we can use it in a sentence, something like this. In a desperate attempt to beat the clock, I raced to mail my tax return before midnight. However, we no longer mail the tax return, we file the tax return and e-verify it whatsoever. Let us all ensure that the moment someone uses this word, we give them a thumbs up, or either on video or on using the reactions, and we try and incorporate these words in our dictionary going forward. I'll be pinging this entire list over the chat for you all to refer. With that, let's all have a fun-filled grammar-wise fun-filled meeting, and all the best to everyone. Back to you, Toastmaster Deepa.
Thank you, Toastmaster Richa. So here are the ground rules set, and let's now start kicking. Okay, back to you, Toastmaster Nivedita. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Deepa. So as I mentioned before, these are my friends who are actually helping me stay focused and track my to-dos. I don't know if you guys can actually see this. So this is a productivity planner. As you already can see, I have my name written and a little quote which is very close to my heart. So yes, the front cover is actually customizable. And then there are many sections here. Again, I don't know if you guys can actually see that. So there are multiple sections here which can you can actually list down the task based on the priority. And there is a weekly review sheet. So this particular sheet helps you track what best happened this week, what are the areas of improvement, what are your learnings. And then there is another sheet here which helps you plan the upcoming week. So this can be used for both personal and professional to-dos. So yeah, this was that epoch which is actually helped me keep my activities on track. And what I do is I first track my to-dos based on the priority, and then I go to my second friend who's this little timer. So based on the number of hours, or based on the importance of the task, I turn my timer on, and I start my work. So again, before starting my work, I ensure that I keep my phone on silent, or turn the data off, keep it aside. So I do all those basic checks, and then I turn my timer on. And another thing what I do is I try to follow this Pomodoro technique, where like 25 minutes ka break we'll have to take before moving on to next activity. So these kind of little tricks I use to ensure that I stay efficient. Watching this little physical timer gradually count down has actually created a sense of competitive spirit in me. I feel like I don't really want to lose. So I ensure that within the set time, I complete my task. One thing to be mindful about here is to set the right time to the right task. It shouldn't happen like 1 hour ka task you're aiming to finish within 30 minutes. It is not possible. If a task requires 1 hour, you need to give that 1 hour time there. So what happens is if you kind of lose and you don't complete the task within the set time, it gives you the sense of dissatisfaction, and I don't want that to happen. So I give that generous amount of time or the required amount of time for the particular activity. So yeah, I hope this helped. Okay. So with that, let me dive into the prepared speeches section. We will have 2 prepared speeches and 1 icebreaker speech for the day. Before starting our first speech, let me call upon our first evaluator. He is a man of many talents. He is a runner, a badminton player, and a gym rat. He knows that good days gives happiness, bad days gives experiences, worst days gives lessons, and the best days gives memories. So if you ever feel down, just reach out to our president, Toastmaster Richard, for a pep talk. He'll surely cheer you up. Please welcome Toastmaster Richard to set objectives for our first speaker.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nivedita. And the first speaker today is Toastmaster Jaya. And the purpose of the project is for the member to present a speech on any topic, receive feedback, and apply the feedback to a second speech. Now, the purpose of the speech is member to demonstrate that she has applied the feedback received from her first speech. So, all the best, Toastmaster Jaya. Over to you, Toastmaster Nivedita.
Thank you, Toastmaster Richard. So our first speaker is a woman of many talents. She is a product manager, a puzzle enthusiast, and a loving mother. She is a strong believer in standing up for what is right, even if she is standing alone. Please welcome Toastmaster Jaya.
I want to talk to you today about a topic that I'm sure we can all relate to. Happiness. What is happiness? Where does it come from? Is it something that we can control, or is it a roll of the dice? Imagine this. The very key to unlocking happiness lies within us, within the intricate chemistry of our bodies. I have crafted an acronym that will tell you and encapsulate the essence of all these hormones. Let's not just rush to uncover this acronym yet. Today, I will also reveal a fascinating discovery that sheds light on how we can harness this superpower. But before we get to the revelation, allow me to share some insights. There are certain chemicals in our body that play a very pivotal role in shaping our happiness. These are often referred to as happy hormones. When I was preparing the speech, I couldn't help but think back to a memorable incident that happened in the year 2018. I was handling the development of financial aid product that's mainly used by the higher educational institutions in the Northern American region. Product launch had come up. We had 1 hour to showcase the entire work that we have been doing in the past 6 months. It was a big deal to our team as well as our organization, as they were expecting a lot of customer signups and renewals post the launch. I was presenting to a mixed group of existing as well as prospective customers in an online event. The launch went for around 45 minutes, followed by a question and answer session. Thankfully, all of it went smoothly. After that, the next day, I just signed up to see my Slack messages filled with messages congratulating me on the job well done. It turned out that there were 1,300 participants tuned in to listen to the demo. And my manager informed me that the launch was a huge success. I was given this fast track watch and an Amazon gift voucher as a token of appreciation. At that moment, I was feeling very happy. Now I know the biological reason behind my happiness was the release of dopamine in my blood cells. Yes, dopamine is a feel-good hormone that is released when we do something pleasurable, such as eating a delicious food or achieving a goal. If you are looking at increasing your dopamine levels, try setting an achievable goal and reward yourself upon achieving them. Will this not only increase your dopamine levels, but will also give you a sense of satisfaction and accomplishment? The second hormone that I want to talk to you today about is oxytocin. Oxytocin is often called as love hormone because it is generated when we bond with other human beings. When I think about the characteristics of this particular hormone, I am reminded of a personal experience with my daughter. Sometimes she would come up to me, seek a hug, or sit on my lap. After I embrace her, an indescribable feeling fills me. I experience a sense of completeness. I believe this wholeness feeling is mainly because of the production of oxytocin in my body. To boost your oxytocin levels, try spending time with your loved ones, cuddle a pet, or engage in other forms of physical touch. Now that we have covered dopamine and oxytocin, let's shift our focus to another crucial player in the realm of happiness, serotonin. Serotonin is a chemical messenger that is produced in our body to regulate our moods. When our serotonin levels are balanced, we tend to feel more happier and relaxed. In the year 2019, I was hit by COVID-19 for the second time, and I had to isolate myself in a room. It was a very challenging situation for me because I was also missing the level of oxytocin, as there is no physical touch or physical bondness that I can experience with my family members. After a couple of weeks, I joined a yoga session specifically curated for COVID survivors. And along with that, I made sure that I am standing under sunlight for at least 15 to 20 minutes. After following this practice for around 2 to 3 weeks, I experienced a great improvement in my both physical and mental state. That has actually become an epoch for me to live a healthy life by following a good, healthy routine. So if you're looking at boosting your serotonin levels, try engaging in physical activity. It could be anything like doing yoga or exercises. And another more effective way is to get adequate sunlight, because sunlight can induce the release of serotonin in our body. Now that we have covered the three, the last happiness hormone in the happiness puzzle is endorphin. Endorphin is a natural painkiller that is mainly released when we do engage ourselves in a more physical activity again. Because physical activity is not the only way to increase the production of endorphins. Laughing, listening to good music, or eating a spicy food can also help you increase your endorphin levels. Now that we have covered all the 4 hormones, the happiness inducing hormones, it's time to uncover the acronym that encapsulate these hormones. DOSE. D for dopamine, O stands for oxytocin, S for serotonin, and E for endorphin. Together, they form a very powerful reminder that within each of us lies the potential to create our own dose of happiness. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jaya, for that wonderful speech. Well, I could resonate a lot with oxytocin. So yeah, thanks for helping us with the names. All right. Now it's time for our second speech of the day. For that, just give me 1 second. Yeah. So let me call our evaluator. She's a data engineer who hails from Odisha. She's been a Toastmaster since 2018, and she's passionate about using her skills to help others. In her spare time, she enjoys sports, puzzles, and working out. Please welcome our DTM Richa to evaluate our second speech and to set objective for our speaker.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nivedita. Hello, everyone. I would be evaluating Toastmaster Sheetal's level 1 speech today, which is the project Introduction to Vocal Variety and Body Language. The purpose of this project is for Toastmaster Sheetal to practice using vocal variety and body language to enhance her speech. She has to deliver a well organized speech on any topic of her choice with the awareness of intentional and unintentional movement and body language. She should not be having any distracting movements as such. The speech can be humorous, informational, any style that she chooses. With this, all the best, Toastmaster Sheetal. Back to you, Toastmaster Nivedita.
Thank you, Toastmaster Richa. All right. Our second speaker is a natural leader. She's currently a software engineering manager at HPE Aruba, and she's also been a Toastmaster since Feb. Sheetal is passionate about helping others, and she's always willing to lend a helping hand. She is also a great listener, and she's always up for a good conversation. Please welcome Toastmaster Sheetal.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nivedita. Good morning, everyone. Okay, so here we go. So my parents and my mama, they came to drop me off. Sorry, just give me a second. Sorry, there was a distraction. Let me start over. So my parents and mama had come to drop me off to BC Engineering College in Bagalkot. It was my first time that I was going to be staying in a hostel. I was excited. While my parents were taking care of the formalities of the office, I wandered around. I wandered around in the hostel, telling myself, this is where I'm going to be for the next 4 years if I don't mess up. I was happy. There was this feeling of independence that was growing in me. I came back to the office. The warden helped me to the room. It was a big one with 5 beds. Seeing the puzzled look on my face, she says, this is the freshers' wing. All the rooms are designed similar for collaboration. No choice. I pick the bed which is closest to the window. My mother helps me arrange the cupboard. It's now time for them to leave. I walk with them till the front gate and I wave my hand back and forth happily, saying bye. They wish me back and leave. When I'm returning back, I observe tears rolling out of the eyes. Not mine, but a girl standing next to me who was also waving at her parents. I move on. Growing up during my holidays, I would visit my aunt's place in Haveri. So the house was located in the outskirts. The front gate was more than 500 meters away from the house. The area was completely covered with trees. At night, there would be absolute silence, except for the sound of insects making that buzzing, scary sound. We were 7 cousins, and one of us had to go at the night to lock the front gate. While most of my cousins were scared, I happily did it. I was appreciated. I was praised for doing so. I enjoyed the attention, and I assumed this is how it needs to be. I built the stories for myself. I said, I'm strong, I'm independent, I'm practical, and moreover, I'm not afraid. I believed in it. I grew it at the subconscious level day after day, and it became the way of my life. Now I return back to the room and I see most of the beds are all occupied. And it's 8 p.m. We all are really hungry and we march towards the dining hall. The hall is empty. We glance at the notice board where the menu is pinned. It reads paneer butter masala, ghee rice, then chapati, rasam, curd, and pickle. My hunger is now increased tenfold. We hear a sound of a horn. That is an indication that food has arrived. We are the first ones in the queue. And it literally takes me 10 minutes to fish the tiny pieces of paneer from the gravy. Realizing that the queue is growing long and people are agitated, I move on. We sit on the first table in the middle row. And we all are so engrossed in the discussion about the hostel, college, getting to know each other, half an hour just passes away. And I see all my roommates have completed their meal and still patiently waiting for me to finish. I'm struggling. I'm literally struggling. The food is very spicy, unlike the way I'm used to at home. I don't give up. I still manage to complete the food by the end of an hour. A week passes by. Still, the situation at the dining hall remains the same. There is absolutely no improvement. One of my roommates asks, why do you have to struggle so much? If you're not able to eat, you can just leave it. My immediate response is, I have to eat to maintain my energy levels. If I don't eat, I'm going to become weak. That may have sounded a bit funny, but that was my truth. At home, my mother had created this environment for us where food was given the utmost importance. There was this well-defined quantity of food that we were supposed to eat for meals, apart from the add-ons. It consisted of 2 chapatis, sabji, rice, dal, and egg. My mother's chapatis were like really big, very big. So there was no escaping from it. Even if it meant sitting in front of the television for hours to complete the task, we had to do it. So that was the story we built for the good health. Now coming back, there is no right, there is no wrong. It's just the stories that we tell ourselves. Our mind listens to what we say and tries to make it happen for us. So let's go ahead and build some beautiful stories for ourselves. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sheetal. I could really visualize how your hostel experience was. Thank you for sharing that with us. All right. With that, it's time for our icebreaker speech. To evaluate that, we have Toastmaster Ramesh. Ramesh is a rising star in the garment industry. Ramesh is highly skilled technician with a passion for his work. He is also a great role model, and his favorite quote is never give up. Please welcome Ramesh to set objective for our speaker.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nivedita. Today I'm going to be an evaluator for the icebreaker speech, which is going to be given by Madhusmita. She's going to start her epoch speech in Toastmaster. Her purpose of speech is, for her project, the member has to introduce themselves to the club and learn the basic structure of the public speech. Timer, please note down for the icebreaker speech. The allowed time is 4 to 6 minutes. All the best, Toastmaster Madhusmita. Over to you, Toastmaster Nivedita.
Thank you. All right, it's time to welcome our newbie. Toastmaster Madhusmita is taking a leap into her Toastmasters journey with her icebreaker speech today. Toastmaster Madhusmita is a woman of many talents. She is a senior technical business analyst, a Toastmaster since August, which is just last month, and a voracious reader and a gardener. She is also a kind and compassionate person who always puts others before herself. Please welcome Toastmaster Madhusmita and all the best.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nivedita. Good morning, everyone. I'm Madhusmita, present before you today for my icebreaker speech titled Breaking Barriers, My Journey to Self-Discovery. This is my first ever speech. So I'll try to convey my thoughts properly. I'd like to share my journey so far and why did I make a choice to be part of Toastmasters. I hail from a very small locality present in the outer skirts of Bhubaneswar. With BTech degree, I have spent past 15 years in IT industries. I embarked my IT journey as a developer, but 2 years back, I have transitioned into business analyst role. Currently, I am working as a senior business analyst in Commonwealth Bank of Australia. Beyond my professional life, I'm a wife and mother. Bangalore has been my home for past 11 years. Reflecting on my childhood, I was shy and was always constantly driven by the desire to achieve something significant for myself and my family. Hailing from a small locality, the opportunities for girls were very limited in those days. So I came to the understanding that education could be the key to unlock the new horizons. And this will help me to realize my dreams. So I dedicated myself into academic excellence. consistently ranking among top 3 students. My parents recognized my passion for learning and they supported my pursuit for higher education. So I broke one barrier here and education helped me. This conviction in the power of education became a driving force in my life. Reflecting on my professional journey, my journey led me to IT sector. While the feedbacks about my work was always positive, but I disregarded the suggestions to work on my soft skills. There were 2 reasons. I was getting opportunities inside and outside the organizations, and I was getting the promotions as well. The number 2 reason was I was scared of failure. My inner voice would pull me down, saying I lacked the ability to express my thoughts and feelings effectively. So I had never actively pursued for soft skills. My fear prevented me from taking any action to overcome my shortcomings. I believe in destiny. Whatever happens, happens for a good reason. So my destiny led me to a new profile 2 years back. I became a business analyst. This profile demanded powerful communication and commanding presence while interacting with various stakeholders. There were other required skills. I was good at them, but these 2 skills I was lacking. So, since destiny has placed me in a scenario that I had always tried to avoid, clearly I had 2 choices, to give up or strive. My heart refused to back down without trying. So I did my homework, I gathered all the courage, and Toastmasters came as one of the potential solutions. I had prior knowledge of Toastmasters during my days in JP Morgan Chase. Even my current company has its own club, yet I did not join office clubs, neither 8 years back nor now, because my fear was holding me back. The fear of stumbling, the fear of stammering, and the fear of judgment. This time, I gathered the courage to break one more barrier. So I decided to take an alternate route of joining outside club. The idea was outside club members don't know me well. Even if I fail, the risk of being humiliated or being shamed is very less. With that, I joined Speaker Squad. My dear fellow Toastmasters, our paths have converged, making all of you part of my journey to self-discovery. So am I in your journey. Oftentimes, we try to avoid taking tough paths, but life has its own way of teaching us, like in my case. We have to accept all the scenarios and fight back with determinations and resiliency. As they say, when the going gets tough, the tough get going. This aptly summarizes my story. Thank you, all of you. Over to you, Toastmaster Nivedita.
Thank you, Toastmaster Madhusmita, for that wonderful introduction. Kudos to your courage and the positive attitude. Again, I would like to thank all the speakers. The speeches were really insightful and we got to know you as a person more. So yes, that concludes the prepared speeches section. And now it's time for the table topic section. To conduct the table topics, please welcome our table topics master for the day. She is a program manager with a passion for reading. She's always looking for new ways to improve her skills, and she's always willing to help others. She's a valuable asset to the team. Please welcome Toastmaster Shrija.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Nivedita, and good morning to all of you here. Welcome to the most interesting part of a Toastmaster session, which is the table topic. For those of you who are new here, table topic session includes wherein we are given topics and you are free to talk anything about it that you feel like, right? Why is it interesting? Is it because here there is no fear of forgetting your speech lines? There is no beating the clock fear, right? It's all very easy. And we are all here in Toastmasters because we have one common agenda, which is to improve our speech. And I think this joining of Toastmasters is a major epoch in all our lives. So yes, with that, and I've also done some introspection here. Whenever there has been a table topic session and when we ask for volunteers, I've seen that I'm never the first to raise my hands. And why is that so? And that's because you don't know what kind of topic this person is going to give me. Maybe I'll wait out and just judge the topics that's going to come and then maybe raise my hands. So I think it's a fear of I need to have something easy peasy to speak about, and then maybe I'll go and take a shot at it. So let me rest all your fears of those kind, if you have it all, at ease, stating that these are all going to be very, very easy topics. The idea is that we give everyone an opportunity to raise their hands and give it a shot, right? With that assurance given, let's start. I would first want to call out for volunteers. So who is going to be our first volunteer here? Thank you so much, Krishnadas. So your topic is, tell us about a place you recently visited and your experiences there. Tell us about a place you recently visited and your experiences there.
Thank you, Toastmaster Srija. I'm just doing multitasking, so let me put my timer on first. Right. The place which I have visited recently is a temple in Kerala. Basically, I'm from Cochin, and this temple is around 86 kilometers away from Cochin. The place is known as Guruvayur. And I'll tell you why it is so important for me. When I always wanted to rediscover myself, and when my emotions are getting out of control, I try all the ways like yoga, breathing exercises, positive affirmations, but nothing is working, to be very honest. I feel like it's better to go back to your roots. I'm from a normal traditional Hindu family in Kerala. Whenever I visit a temple, I feel like I'm a child. With no disrespect to all the other religions, I feel when I actually go back to my traditions, it will help me to rediscover myself. Temples or those places are places for me where I can actually sit, reflect without having the trouble of my mobile phones. At least I'll switch that off. So those kind of places are very special for me. And those visit to the Guruvayur temple really helped me to bring me back to track in terms of understanding myself in a better way, self-reflecting about my present conditions at that point in time, and how to come back. And I was always saying that everything happens for the best. As human beings, we need to understand we have got different emotions and turmoils which we have to undergo, and we need to find our ways. So that's recent visit to Guruvayur 2 weeks back was special to me in terms of helping me to re-energize, regenerate myself. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster Srija.
Thank you, Krishnadas. That was indeed a very interesting way of putting that across. I think it's very important for all of us to have that one place where we can all go to and relax and find our peace when we are in distress. So thanks for sharing that with all of us. All right, who is going to be our next volunteer? Can I have a raise of hands, please? Thank you, Abhinay, for coming forward. Again, this is going to be very easy. If you were to go back to school and choose a different stream, which one would it be and why? I repeat, if you were to go back to school and choose a different stream, which one would it be and why? Over to you.
Thank you for giving an opportunity. If I given a choice, chance to go back to my school and change my stream, firstly, I'm happy on whatever the path I have been leading, and whatever the choices have been made, or whatever the streams that I've chosen. I have no chance of, I mean, disappointment in my choices so far, be it my 12th or my BTech or whatever. I really enjoyed the path that I've taken, and that actually satisfied my inner soul too. And one place where I was not happy in the sense, not happy with whatever the result that I got, was during my after my 12th, where I was trying for a IIT kind. I missed the chance to get into the IITs or thing, but over the time where I actually nurtured myself, I got into the NIT during my MTech days. So the result was not immediate, but it eventually happened over the time with my consistent of hard work and all. So I was happy with whatever I have chosen so far, and I wouldn't be good enough on changing that. Thank you for.
Thank you, Abhinay. Yeah, a round of applause for Abhinay. And yeah, I think you're one of the lucky ones who's saying that I'm very happy with. Majority of the time, I think when this question is posed, people say that, oh, I would want to choose this, and so great going there. All right, I just want to do a quick check with Toastmaster Nivedita. Do we have time for more?
Yeah, 11:40, like 11:30 we are ending, so we can have one more.
Just one more? All right. Okay, anyone quickly? Okay, Sheetal, thanks for coming forward. Which is your favorite comic character and why? Which is your favorite comic character and why?
Sorry, I was on mute. I'm not sure if this qualifies as a comic character, but the panda from Kung Fu Panda would be my favorite. So I really enjoyed the movie right from the beginning. I have watched all the 3 parts multiple times with my son, basically. So at least here we have the same choice. So that is the good part. The character, it shows the dreams that the character has and the path that he takes to achieve them, right? It's the never give up attitude that pays off. So that I find most interesting, even though he runs into a lot of humiliation in the course of time. At the end, he comes up as somebody who realizes his dream. So that was the beautiful part. And the movies are filled with a lot of positivity as well as the character. So I enjoyed that the most. That's all, Toastmaster Shrija. Thank you.
Thank you, Sheetal, for sharing that with us. I hope you all enjoyed today's table topic session. With that, I'll close this here, pass it on to Toastmaster Nivedita. Over to you, Toastmaster Nivedita.
Thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster Shrija. And thank you all for participating in the table topic section. All right. Just last thing about the timer. So what I do is before taking a short nap during work hours, especially, I mean, I'm sure like you all can actually agree with me, like at times in this busy schedule, you will need a small nap in between work, especially like if there is like too much of work to do. So yeah, what I do is instead of using a phone to turn the timer on, I use my physical timer, because I have experienced in the past that whenever I try to use my phone to set the timer for 15 minutes, instead of taking a nap, I end up browsing for next 15-20 minutes. So I know the struggle, so I keep it aside. Now I use the timer. I mean, like not every day for sure, but whenever I feel like, I use the timer, and then 15 minutes relaxed, and then I am back I feel very fresh and energetic, and maybe like 2 to 3 hours ka work, I'm able to finish within like 45 minutes to an hour. So that's how the impact is when you actually take a pause in between your busy schedule. So I would like to conclude by saying, in my opinion, using this physical time in the digital world can actually lead to improved productivity and better time management. So with that, uh, we now move into our final segment of today's meeting, which is the evaluation section. To conduct the evaluation, I would like to welcome back to the stage our general evaluator, Toastmaster Deepa.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Nivedita. So for helping my team to also time the evaluation as well, let me first call upon Toastmaster Richard, who is our first evaluator for the day today. Toastmaster Richard, over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Deepa. Now, before I start, I want to know what was the timing of Toastmaster Jaya's speech, Krishnadas?
Toastmaster Richard, it is 5 minutes 41 seconds.
Thank you, Toastmaster Krishnadas. Joy is not in things, it is in us. The crux of today's speech was joy is not in things, it is in us. What I loved about Toastmasters Jaya's speech was she started off with a thought provoking question: where do we find happiness? Is it under our control? And she went on with the speech by telling, okay, today I'm going to tell you what is DOSE: dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, and endorphin. I loved how you explained all these terms with the relative examples that we could all relate to. The second thing I liked about your speech is the universe is made of stories, and humans love stories. From launch of a new event to daughter's love, sunlight, and yoga, the transition was smooth and natural. What I would like to want you to work upon is the pace of your speech. The pace remained the same, and even I struggle with this. And my advice to you would be, whenever you have written a speech, see what are those emotional words. For example, I won a fast track watch, plus I got an Amazon voucher probably worth 2,000, 3,000 rupees. That emotion should come out. My daughter's come wants me to hug her. So pause. The second advice, that suggestion that I have for you is pause. Let the audience grab what you just said. The pace that you went, we were not able to react because the next thing is already there for me. So pause, take a pause. There is no, we had another 2 minutes of yours pending there. So pause. And my challenge for you is grab the audience attention in 30 seconds. I think the first line could have been removed. Today, I'm going to teach you about those because I think you said something of that line in the beginning. That could have been eliminated. You could have hooked the audience by saying, I won an Amazon voucher and a fast track watch. And everybody wants to know why. How did she win it? So grab that attention. I would remember to now relax, pause, and keep the story format going. The thought provoking questions. Detailed explanation was amazing of new words that we weren't aware of. The more you speak, the more confident you'll become. So I'm confident that, Jaya's journey in Toastmasters will lead to even more remarkable speeches. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster Deepa.
Thank you, Toastmaster Richard. That was a very well put up evaluation. Some of my observations about Toastmaster Jaya's speech was around pauses, voice modulation, use intonations to the best of it, the stress of the words, the emotion of the words, and just lowering it up and increasing it up will just capture a better value to your speech. Yeah, with introduction of DOSE as an acronym was a good learning for all of us. Thank you, Toastmaster Jaya. Let me now call upon Toastmaster Richard to evaluate our second speaker for the day. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Deepa. Hello, Toastmaster Sheetal. I do not see you on the screen. Oh, yeah, sorry. Thank you. Yeah, so to begin with your evaluation, right? Stories. Now, you gave up very upfront that you are coming in here to talk about stories of your life. What is the one thing that people want to listen when someone is telling them stories, or people want to feel, right? It's one, you either let them imagine or let them feel nostalgic. Two of these things bring out or connect with people the most, and you had both of those elements in your story today. So I was taken back to my hostel days, and I was imagining everything that you said, right? So two of those points you did fantastically well. So content wise today, I don't really have any complaints from you. So very well done on that. Coming to the points or the feedback that I really want to highlight you is on the two parts, voice modulation and body language, since your uh, speech objective was that today, right? So voice modulation, you are awesome when it comes to having a slower pace, when it comes to the part where you want to make the audience bring the audience attention to your speech, right? So that were points like I wandered around the hostel. So you repeated wandered around as well, and then you slowed down your pace so well that uh, I really wanted to be there in the moment. Then you went on, I told myself, this is where I'm going to be for the next 4 years. So that gave me the enormity of the moment that you were feeling at that point, and you brought that out so very well. And the other points, very similar play around, right? When you told I waved my parents back, it was time for them to go. So those 2 points, I realized that when you want to grab the audience attention, you want to make people feel the enormity of the moment, you're doing fantabulously well. The one point where I think you can improve on in your voice modulation is the part where you speed up, right? When you're trying to tell, there was a long queue behind me, people were getting restless. So play around, try and increase the speed, fasten the pace, so that people can actually feel that, there's a lot of movement going on in the back. The week passed by, this happened. The increase of pace part is where I want you to work on. Otherwise, the slower part of the tempo, you are doing fantastically well. The other point with your body language, right? Coming to your body language, I think you played quite a bit of parts well, like your hand gestures were really, really on point, which a lot of intermediate or advanced speakers also struggle with. So you did really well at that point. In fact, when you talked about moving on, right, when your parents moved, the next step of your hostel life started, you also took a step to the middle. So that signified that you naturally have the tendency to incorporate those body movements in your speech. However, the one thing which I think you should work on is maybe eye contact, because a lot of the times when you were trying to think of the next moment, you looked down or you looked up. So those were the points where I think you can work on your eye contact. Try and look at the camera and still remember things. It will take time to practice, but this is something a longer term you can work on. So 2 points that I want you to work on in the voice modulation and body language part. Otherwise, I think you did a fantastic job today. I really did not want to note down the points because I wanted to listen to you. I wanted more of the story to continue. So that's how interesting you were. With that, all the best for your future speeches. Back to you, Toastmaster Deepa.
Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Richard. That was an elaborate evaluation. I think some of my observations are also mostly in line to what you called out. One thing I would like to add is I think the end was a little abrupt. We were looking for a more of conclusion and lot of knots to be tied to the stories you brought in. I felt that went a little abrupt, and the initial captivation, what you brought into the speech, kind of mellowed down at the end. So that you could have probably tied up well. I think you could have written the speech. I think most of it you probably ran in your head, then putting it on a paper. Putting it on a paper could have probably helped you. Okay, that's my observation now. Now let me just call upon Toastmaster Ramesh to evaluate our third speaker of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Deepa. First of all, congratulations on your icebreaker speech, Toastmaster Madhusmita. You showed yourself a vital and interesting person who will be an asset to our club. The topic was very clear. You given that breaking barriers, my journey to self-discovery. Your speech was really motivated to all of us. Like you have given clear speech script that how you overcame for all your barriers and grew in your personal as well as professional growth. You are really skilled to narrating your stories well because that I couldn't see any discontinuity throughout the speech. It was great. You have used proper sentences throughout your speech. I could notice few of them like education is the key for the success, fear of judgment, life has own way of teaching. So you have used the sentence properly. That shows that you have prepared well for your speech. A few things you may want to work on that would be like your stance. So you are very close to the monitor. I couldn't see your hand structure properly. And if you would have seen other two speakers, they were almost away from the screen. You could see them fully, including their walk, their stance as well. But since you are very close to the screen, I couldn't see your gesture properly. And your eye contact was good. You are always focused on the monitor. So that clearly shows that you remembered everything well. You prepared well for your speech. Your gesture, as I mentioned, you can show a little more further, but it was throughout the session, it was flat actually. So whenever you have some happy moment or whenever you have some disappointed moment, you can show your gesture according to that so happily. And your voice, the modulation was flat throughout the speech. You can increase more and you can reduce whenever you feel down. And your speaking speed was normal. It was very clear. It was very neat. We could understand all your speech well, except a few of words that could be like due to some incorrect pronunciation. So your opening and conclusion, that was awesome. You started very well why you have joined for Toastmaster and what you are expecting from us and where you want to go further. Why you have omitted to join your own club. You have joined our club basically because basically you're thinking of fear of failures and judgments. That won't be a matter for any of us. So that was mentioned very clearly. That adds to you, adds up to you. The challenge for yourself will be like you have to work more on your volume, speech volume, gesture. Otherwise, your overall speech was very much well constructed. My final comments for your speech is like it was very effective that you referred again to your introduction at the end. It gave a rounded, completely feeling to a speech. I couldn't see that you are a first time you are giving a speech in your Toastmaster, but because it's well organized. Apart from that, a few things you can work on, like you try to practice some more times how you can develop your speech. That will help you to deliver your speech in front of everyone. It will give you a better clarity for all of us as well. Otherwise, overall speech was very good. We're expecting more good speech from you for the further meeting. Over to you, Toastmaster Deepa.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ramesh. Thanks for that well-laid evaluation. Some of my observations for you, Toastmaster Madhusmita. The first thing is I think you had good choice of words through the speech. Excellent choice of words. It added good beginning, the body, and the end. The speech consisted all these three aspects. The pronunciation included a little bit of mother tongue influence. That's where we kind of had a little bit of trouble in understanding a few of the words. More of practice would probably help you. More of thinking in English, listening to a lot of English, using the Google, the speech module which is available, which pronunciates, which you can practice, will help you to come away from the mother tongue influence. I think for your first speech, it's a job well done. Thank you so much. Okay, now let me call my team to put across our evaluations or our findings for today. Let me call upon Toastmaster Krishna Das to give the timer for the day. Timings for the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Deepa. So let me just go to the prepared speech section where Jaya has taken 5 minutes 41 seconds, well within the time limit. Sheetal has taken 6 minutes 16 seconds. That's also well within the time limit. Well done. The icebreaker speech for Madhusmita, excellent job. 5 minutes 45 seconds for the speech. And in terms of the table topic speeches, I have taken 2 minutes. Abhinay has taken 1 minute 44 seconds and Sheetal has taken 1 minute 17 seconds. So that all well within the time limit. In terms of evaluation, Richard has taken 3 minute 18 seconds, Richa 3 minute 30 seconds, and Ramesh 2 minute 46 seconds. So that's all about the timing of today's speakers. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Krishnadas. Everybody qualified for today's speeches. Now let me call upon Toastmaster Priya to give the accounting.
Thank you, Toastmaster Deepa. Most other speakers did not tell many times are and use, but the three persons who I could identify that needs to improve on this R counter thing is one Nivedita. Maybe she was the team mod, so then she has to speak a lot. But yeah, Nivedita, and then Abhinay and Krishna Das. So these three were the people who I saw like had uttered R many times. So that's it from my side. Over to you, Toastmaster Deepa.
Thank you, Toastmaster Priya. Let me now welcome Toastmaster Richard to read the grammarian report.
Thank you, Toastmaster Deepa. Hello, everyone. I am back with my grammar report, and let me tell you beforehand, I am a happy grammarian and a sad Nazi today. That's because the meeting was so fantabulously spread with all the good grammar words, all the good vocabulary. I really, really felt as if I could pick up every word spoken in the meeting today and put it in a highlight reel of the highlights of grammarian. So I will have a long list of words. Please bear with me. Starting with the word of the day today, epoch was used by Toastmaster Nivedita, Toastmaster Jaya, Toastmaster Ramesh, and Toastmaster Srija. I hope I did not miss anyone. And phrase of the day, beat the clock. I did not hear anyone speak, but if I miss someone, please let me know. That's how Toastmaster Srija, you used it. I may have missed it then somehow. Sorry for that. Thank you for raising your hand. Coming to the points or the words which were really well used today. There are lots of it, lots of it. So starting with Toastmaster Richard, lost my cool, a bottle of water and a bottle of soda. This was such a beautiful metaphor. Rattle, crux, right? Even our guest Himanshu had a very beautiful phrase. Stars didn't align and trigger points. Toastmaster Nivedita, so many of them. Pomodoro technique, mindful, sense of dissatisfaction, generous. Newbie, kudos to your courage. Take a pause between busy schedule. I could just go on. Toastmaster Deepa, voracious, captivated, elaborate. Toastmaster Krishnadas, rediscover myself, emotions getting out of control, positive affirmations, re-energize, rejuvenate. Ramesh, vital asset to our club, discontinuity. Toastmaster Jaya, Toastmaster Madhusmita, Toastmaster Sheetal, huge shout out to your prepared speeches. It all three of you had words and good vocabulary lined throughout your speech, right? So Toastmaster Jaya used fascinating, harness, pivotal, shaping our happiness, which is something I really like, shaping our happiness, right? Think back, then the dopamine, feel good hormones, oxytocin, love hormone, serotonin, I forgot what's the word for it, endorphin, natural painkiller. So lies the potential to create a dose of happiness. I really love the way you phrased these two parts of your speech today. Toastmaster Madhusmita, beyond my personal life, reflecting on my childhood, hailing, unlock the new horizons, pursuit of higher education, broke a barrier, refused to back down without trying, scared of failure, commanding presence, did my homework, and then you used a triad, stumbling, scrambling, and judgment. Uh, Paths have converged, lots of it. Toastmaster Sheetal, I was not able to note down a lot because I was noting down your evaluation, so forgive me. But your speech was again sprinkled with a lot of vocabulary, good vocabulary words. Toastmaster Shrija, introspection, rest all your fears at ease, assurance given indeed, distress. Abhinay, satisfied my inner soul, nurtured, eventually. Uh, Okay, then a few highlights I want to highlight is these few apps which were highlighted: Notion app, Forest app, daily stand up with myself, the Trello app, and notebook and pen. So some of the points I have noted down to make sure that I try of those. Coming to the points which I think I can improve on. I know Toastmaster Nivedita is like, when will she end her list? But I told you, grammar wise, I am a happy grammarian and a sad Nazi today. So nitpicking. some of the mistakes that we made. Right time to the right task. I think it should be right time for the right time for the right task. Then it was spoken, 10 to speak out. I think out is not needed, 10 to speak is enough. Nothing is working. I think the speaker should have told nothing worked because it was in the past tense. uh, then there was a bit of miss of and the, maybe a slip of tongue there. Doing a yoga, eating a spicy food, I think the is not needed over there. Not happy can be actually used as unhappy. We try to use words like very, many to describe verbs or nouns or adjectives. Let's try and use a different word for it. Right, so something like great improvement was used. Maybe we can use words like advancement, enhancement, boost, refine, develop, right, to replace that over time. So yeah, that's for my grammar report today. But as I mentioned, the entire meeting today was a highlight reel, and I am so happy with the quality of our meeting today. Special shout out to Toastmaster Shrija, Toastmaster Deepa, Toastmaster Jaya, Toastmaster Sheetal, Toastmaster Krishnadas, and Toastmaster Richard, even our guest Himanshu today, for such beautifully, calmly uh, speaking up. I really am happy to listen to you all and maybe incorporate a few of the learnings into my speeches. Thank you. Back to you, Toastmaster Deepa. Where are you?
Thank you, Toastmaster Richard. That was a massive grammarian report, I would say. Okay, so let me cover my observations for the day today. The meeting, in fact, started on time. All of the role takers were available. We did our audio and video checks. That's what enabled us to start the meeting on time. And let's just ensure that we keep this practice going for every week. The ground rules were shared. The president introduced the guest for the day today. The tag rules were well explained. The initial intro talk by TTM was very nice. That was something new. Usually we just pick up asking for volunteers and we just kickstart. That was very nicely done by Toastmaster Shrija. I think the one observation I had was the R counter. This goes back to one of the videos Toastmaster Richard had shared in our group. Why is R counting very important in our speech? I think that's one value add we can bring into all our speakers in our club. We have to maintain an R counter library, I would say a scorecard, where we can self-improvise in our listening. What I would say, not using the R's and the ums and the crack words and many things what we do without even consciously focusing on how we are speaking and why we are speaking, what we are speaking, right? So there I see we had a chance to improve, and probably that was one area we did not do a good job today. Otherwise, it was a great meeting. Let me now give back the stage to Toastmaster Nivedita to conclude. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Deepa, and your team for all the observations and feedback. A special shout out to Toastmaster Richa for the detailed, massive explanation. It was really insightful. Thanks again. All right, with this, let me call upon our presiding officer to close the meeting. Over to you, Toastmaster Richard.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nivedita. Can we have a huge round of applause for Toastmaster Nivedita for taking us through the time management skills that she uses, and she even checked with us what are the things that works for all of us as well. With that, I will share the voting link to please vote for the best role takers for today. So while you do that, let me ask the guest their thoughts on today's session. First, let me go to Abhinay. Abhinay, any thoughts on today's session?
Hello. Hi. Yeah, it was a really wonderful session. And I really cherished it. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you, Abhinay. Where is Himanshu? Himanshu, your thoughts?
2 words: blown away. What level of preparation people have put into to come up and be so clear in their communication. really look forward to attending more such sessions and probably participating in it next time.
Thank you, Himanshu. I'm still waiting for responses. 6 responses have come in, 7. So 8, good one. 9. Okay. So the best role taker is Toastmaster Nivedita. So can we have a huge round of applause to Toastmaster Nivedita? Best auxiliary role taker. I don't think I have to say who is the best auxiliary role taker. I don't think we should have even added that as a question there. So Toastmaster Richa. Best speaker is Toastmaster Madhusmita and Toastmaster Jaya. So can we give a huge round of applause? Best evaluator is Toastmaster Richa again. So huge round of applause. With that, the closing thought I have for today is there is only one more thing precious than our time. That's who we spend it on. So with that, I would like to thank you all for attending our club's meeting. We'll see you again next week in meeting number 117. So I declare the session closed. Thank you all.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank
Have
you.
a great day. Bye.